All right, well, here we go with the Friday reading. One card for each sign. We split the soulmate cycle into 12 pieces. What are they thinking and feeling? Okay, let's take a look. Let's just cut the deck. Let's get a theme in. I don't know why I've done doing this. I just feel like cutting the deck and getting a theme energy. It's early, whatever. What are they thinking and feeling? They're thinking it's about time to do something. With a Three of Wands and an Ace of Pentacles, they're thinking it's about time to do something. What, I can only imagine on the DM side what that something is, but let's shuffle the deck. All right, what are they thinking and feeling? Again, we're going to split the soulmate cycle with 12 pieces. I'll put the sign names to it, but I'm not your astrologer, and this ain't your fucking horoscope. It's straight up energy reading. About 9 out of the 12 should resonate. I could just as easily put car names here other than Aries or Taurus or whatever. So, whatever you want to do, but people seem to like the little sign names, so knock yourself out. It's just all just energy. That's all. There's no timestamps. There's text at the top of the description explains why there's no timestamps for anybody that's new. In this reading, we get some context. We don't clarify, but we do find out what they're thinking and feeling. It's a general rating? Maybe. It's a general rating. May or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here or you found Steve's Love Tarot. Love. I said Love Tarot right when I saw that. Love Tarot. Then you're here for a reason. That is a weird energy. I had to soak that up for a second. Somebody thinks it's about time to do. Somebody's got the DM side of this soulmate cycle. I see it out in the world too, because the world's mostly King of Wands people. Let's be honest. Okay, they're self-focused. I can't even take walks anymore. They annoy the crap out of me. There's so much narcissism and self-focus. But they have this interesting warped perception of what love is. It's very strange. It's unconditional with shitloads of conditions, but they see it as unconditional. From their perspective, they're helping you, or they're loving you unconditionally. And in reality, what's happening is you're like, and from your perspective, you're like, are they trying to hurt me? Are they trying to do things that, are they trying to put conditions on me and fence me in and things like that? I got a bit of that. I got somebody here thinking about love, right? But the way they think about it. So I'm trying to explain the way they think about it. So it's when you see this, don't get too excited because it's not how the DF side, which is most of you, sees love. Okay? Or even feels it, I think. Okay. All right. Let's go. It might be wise for you to keep in mind that the DMs, if you're a DF in this cycle, which you probably are if you're watching this reading, the DMs feel love differently than you do. Right? It's sort of like colors. We have no proof that everybody sees the same thing when they look at something. I will never know what you see. There's no way I will know if you see yellow right there as I see it. I see it a certain way. But what I see is yellow. You may see as blue. You may see what I see as blue. That's yellow for you as you see it, right? As you view it, as it is for you. You still call it yellow, because we pointed to it and it's yellow and you learned that when you were in school. But there's no proof that you see exactly what I see, the color that I see. There isn't any proof of that. So there's no way, even with deep empathy, to understand how these people feel love. It's very, very interesting. It's a very strange, it's a very deep concept to get your head around. It's warped with a lot of core programming and psychopathy and odd beliefs. For some of them, I don't know, it's weird. Okay, right here, it's weird. Our story begins with Aries, it ends with Pisces, position 12. All right, about 9 out of the 12 should resonate. What are they thinking and feeling? Our story starts here. The closest to this is this. What I said there in the intro applies. You're going to have to get your head around it, but it applies. All right, let's see what we go here. It's the old a rose by any other name, right? Is a rose just the same kind of a thing? It's sort of that, but in its own sort of way. This person's seeing something different. 6 of Swords. Somebody's trying to find an easy way. This is very strange. This is going to be one of those readings. I knew it. Somebody's trying to find an easy way to love you. I don't understand. Or actually, no. Let me rephrase that. They're thinking about how to find an easy way in. Maybe even I could stretch the energy out more because the same frequency will play out 1,000 different ways. They're trying to find a cool way to tell you how they feel, rather than a sappy way or, the usual rom-com kind of thing. They want to do a cool way, or a way that makes them comfortable, right? Whatever that may be. I'm telling you what I told you in the beginning because I think what makes them comfortable is different. What they think will make them comfortable will make you uncomfortable. See what I'm saying? It's a bit of that. Okay. All right. Taurus, position 2. Unbelievable energy. The DMs are getting whacked. I mean, I never predicted this. I knew the flow of the cycle, and I knew this was a tough cycle, which is why I studied World War II so much, because it's the last time this cycle was here. But I never expected that the DMs would double down on Crazy Town as much as they have going forward to this. I mean, they're not getting better. They're trying all the old tricks. All the old tricks are coming back. Like this shit that I just talked about here. It's like, just say you love them. That's it. You don't need to worry. If you're uncomfortable, too fucking bad. That's called being vulnerable, right? Page of Wands, same thing. It's a very immature energy. It's somebody who loves you, and they're thinking about that love for you, but it's like a child. It's the reason we don't let children just get married. They can't handle those kinds of emotional decisions. The emotions for this person are very childlike in a lot of ways. I think this person has some past issues they haven't dealt with. I think they might be feeling something from their childhood, and that's bleeding onto their feelings for you. Okay? But yeah, I've got a lot of love here. I've got love as the theme for the whole thing. Everybody's thinking that they love you. It's just you have to understand that what you know as love is different for them, right? What you see as yellow, right? I point to that, you know it's yellow, right? Or, well, I'll enhance the color in it so that you know that's yellow when you look at that right there at the top of that cup. But you may see it as what I see as that blue there. You might. I don't know. No idea. There's just no way to get your head around this person's recipe. This person's love cookie tastes different than yours. I mean, it's just crazy. Okay. All right. Gemini, position 3. It's a 7 of Cups, but it's actually confusing me. It's sort of a game, where somebody takes a flower apart. Love me. Love me not. Love me not. Somebody's running through the pros and cons of you. Okay? That makes sense? In relation to their feelings. Okay. Cancer, the hot spot of the connection cycle. Position 4, something here for everybody. Cancerian position, because I'm studying this soulmate cycle. There's always all signs here. It's Steve's Love Tarot. Bookends this 6 of Swords, trying to look cool, trying to find a way that makes them comfortable to come tell you about their feelings for you. And it's all for you, right? It's weird. It's like somebody buying you a gift that has nothing, that you don't care about, but boy, does it benefit them, right? I mean, it's like unreal. Okay. Well, if you don't like it, I'll take it. Okay. What's here? 3 of Pentacles. Yeah. They want it on their terms. I think that's the part I was missing here. I'm glad that came out. They want a partnership with you. 3 of Pentacles. They want a partnership with you. They want to build a solid thing, but they want it in a way that makes them comfortable. That's a safer way to put it, but really they want love on their terms. They want you to see love the way they see love, and then they'll be comfortable. What makes them uncomfortable is you seem to see love as some kind of lovey-dovey thing where we have to love each other and say we love each other and all that kind of stuff. It makes them uncomfortable. Well, too bad. The whole karmic lesson on the DM side is to be vulnerable, right? These are people that can't apologize sometimes too. That's a psychosis in and of itself. It's frightening. All right. Because people then identify their whole ego with their entire world. It's all one big thing. Sort of like if you got one flat tire, all 4 go flat. It's like you can't just have one. It's like that. Oh my God. If I apologize, my world comes crashing down. It was all for nothing. No, you're just apologizing for one stupid thing you did, but they don't see it that way. It's weird. They view love much the same way as an apology. Okay. Very strange. Leo. The hot spot, well, not the hot spot. It is tied to the hot spot because otherwise I wouldn't have said that. The Leo soap opera, position 5. It's tied to 3 pentacles. That's never good for Leo soap opera. Yeah, the Knight of Swords. Somebody is saying things in their life right now. I mean, right now, I'm not a time lord, but you know what I mean. Somebody's saying things in their life that they can't take back. They can't take back the things they're saying. And there's nobody around stopping them. That is going to make for one hell of a June Leo soap opera when I pull that. I'm tell you what, the June reading for Leo. Stay tuned. Okay. We'll see tomorrow what actions they're going to take toward you. In that reading, we do the same thing, but we clarify as well. Virgo, position 6. Sometimes my wild card spot. Sometimes you guys show up here, right? Well, we'll see. Eight of Swords. No, you're not showing up here. That's not you, thank God. Well, it is in a way. It's somebody's energy. Somebody's transforming. Somebody's changing who they are. I think it's happening automatically to them, somebody attached to you. And I think for you, the advice is not to overthink it. They may act strange. Somebody around you acting strange is what you're looking for. Okay? It might be future influence for you, but the energies are setting up right now. This person's going to start acting strange. Don't worry about it. They're going through some changes. The transformation might be a pain in your ass. Okay? Can I put it that way? And the problem is somebody's if I'm to take it back to the soulmate cycle and somebody's overthinking you. And what's happened with that is they've run wild with it. They've put up a wall of defenses to keep you out. Probably because they love you. Maybe because they shouldn't, or maybe because they're just afraid of love. I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe this can also reflect as somebody you don't want to talk to, who's now deeper, who loves you deeply, right? And it gets deeper and deeper and deeper, but you won't take their call. You know, it can be that too. You know, we see that a lot these days in family circles. You know, where you have a lot of separation, much like you did in World War II and the Civil War and the last time this energetic storm was here. You have a lot of separation of people with differing views. You know, that was especially true in World War II. You know, mom and dad were Nazis, the kids were not. Hey, we're not calling you. That's fucking toxic. You know, you stay over there. That kind of a thing. So this is that same type of energy. Okay. So they may be trying to think of a comfortable way to bring you together. That may rub you the wrong way. Libra, position 7. It might annoy you. Could. Just pay attention. Somebody will be acting differently around you. You know, someone who usually acts bad will act nice, etc. It could play out 1,000 different ways, but just heads up on that. Ace of Wands. Somebody thinks if they show up quickly, you'll be less likely to shut them down. Somebody's I wanted to say an offer you can't refuse, but it's not. It's a conversation you can't refuse because it just shows up in your face. You know what I'm saying? It's a bit of that. They're trying to time it, plan it. They're thinking about it, thinking about the plan. Okay. Shock and awe, quick attack. You know, I mean, I don't know. Sneak attack in the night. It's not an offer you can't refuse. It's a conversation you won't be able to because it just shows up in your face. All right? It's happening. The shit is on. Right? Scorpio, my hot Scorpios, position 8. 4 of Cups. I don't know so much. Well, somebody regrets something they said to you. But they're trying to. They think you. Well, there's probably a better way to phrase that. Somebody thinks I'll reverse it back. They're seeing you as the 4 of Cups, so they're seeing you as not caring. Somebody said something very, very emotional to you, and you seem to not care. I'm going to side with you here because this energy's tricky. I don't think you don't care. I just think you didn't really get the emotion. You know what I'm saying? It's a bit what I've been talking about. We got a different love language here. Somebody thinks love is completely opposite of what you think it is. You know. You think this cup is filled with water. They think it's filled with cement because that's easier to deal with and it dries and it's permanent, you know, that kind of a thing. So, I don't know. Maybe we'll see what actions they take towards you. I imagine they're going to show up all pissy. I would imagine because, you know, the energy attached to you feels like a narcissist. And If you really want to get under a narcissist's skin, ignore them. Absolutely. Be careful if they're also a psychopath. That'll get you locked in a trunk and taken out to the desert. Okay? You never want to ignore a psychopath narcissist with a God complex, ever. Be careful about that. But if it's just a regular run-of-the-mill narcissist, asshole, DM, runner kind of a thing, Burger King, yeah, just ignore them. I called you and you didn't take my call. It'll get more and more frantic as it goes on. Look, won't you please call me? You know, what is it? Why won't you talk to me? You know, those guys, you'll get that kind of shit. Just to have fun. So anyway, inadvertently, you triggered a narcissist here. That's all. That's all I'm saying. You know, I don't think you felt it. I think they felt they came at you all heartfelt. I don't think you felt it. I think you missed it. Sorry, I must have missed it. But they see it as you just slagging them off, brushing them off. All right. I'm moving everybody out of the way. Here we go. Coming through. Sagittarius, my Sexitarians, position 9, sometimes separate from the cycle, sometimes part of it. Always a big pain in my ass. Not a big pain in my ass today. This is nice. 5 of Pentacles. This ties to a recent reading I pulled. I don't remember which one. It was one of the readings I did this week, either the second half of the month or the new moon. They're both, man, and both the new moon. Wow, the new moon extended had a lot of shit in it. That was like jam-packed with shit. You're leaving somebody out in the cold. And somebody thinks you're leaving them out in the cold, and I think they're right. I think you are. Okay, what are they thinking and feeling about you? They think they missed out. They think they screwed up. They think that they can't get back in. I don't think they can. I think you've locked the fucking door. Or if this is future influence for you, good for you. I say good for you on this. This person deserves, this is one of the first times I've ever pulled this card. It said about another energy attached to it, it deserves this. That rose deserves this. Okay? They do. All right. We'll see what happens tomorrow. I bet they come. I bet they show up. I bet they try to get back in. I hope I'm wrong. I could be wrong. All right. It's just the way it feels. But anyway, it might just be what they're thinking. Capricorn, position 10. Yeah, we were due for something. A devil's tower, some sort of justice. We were due for something. The reading's been a bit too mild here. It ties to this. I think somebody drops a bomb on you. I don't mean like that. They lay something on you. I'm pregnant. Oh my God. But you're a guy. It's like that. It's shocking like that sort of a thing. I think somebody just out of nowhere says something to you and it blows your fucking mind. And I think they're planning to do this. They're doing it on purpose. Somebody thinks they need to shock you into loving them or shock you into, I don't know, giving a shit about them or noticing them or whatever it is. It's tied to this. They want a new beginning in love and they think the way to get it is to shock you with a piece of news. It feels like a piece of news here. Okay? All right. Okay. But, I say it's tied to this. It's also feedbacking off of this, so they're doing it to make themselves feel better. There's some selfishness, and it's feedbacking off of this. So this is where I was playing the role of you. I think you're a bit confused by it. You just told me you were pregnant. You're a guy. Okay, it's like confusing. It makes your head want to explode, whatever it is they tell you, because it makes no logical sense. But that's tied to what I talked about in the beginning, about the colors and seeing that you can't possibly, the DMs in this cycle, I know that the DFs love a certain way, feel things a certain way. You got an idea about love. It's not even that theirs is the opposite of yours. It's in a different universe. It's completely, the laws of physics within their love, the way they love, are different than yours. Okay? It's that different. It's crazy. Even with deep empathy like I've got, going into and feeling what they feel, it doesn't even make it's confusing. It doesn't make sense. It has no end, it has no beginning, it's just an existence. It's just this thing. And it's because of too much narcissism, too much self-focus. Too much self-focus creates just an endless loop. And it's hard. Think about a knot. Sometimes you tie your shoe and you fuck it up, and sometimes it gets really fucked up and you can't get the knot out and you're like, fuck, I'm just trying to get these shoes off. It's like that. You can't even untangle all the loops on the DM side. It's crazy town. And it's starting to come back. That's one of the consequences that's starting to come back. That's starting to bite them in the ass because they're finding themselves alone, right? They're finding themselves alone. It's not just out in the world where popularity ratings are dropping. It's in the soulmate cycle. The DFs are becoming less and less interested in the DMs. It's coming by, and then rather than change their plan, they're doubling down on crazy and trying the old tricks again to get things fired back up, and it's not working. So same thing. Soulmate cycle is a direct reflection of societal energies. So it's pretty much the same thing. The knot of narcissism, the loop is too big to unravel. It's too big for me to unravel. It's getting crazy. Aquarius, position 11. My other wild card spot in this cycle. You guys will probably show up here because you didn't show up here. Yeah, the Knight of Cups. The people around you can see that you're more generous than usual. You're embodying this, okay? This Knight of Cups. It's nice. It's working. It's sort of an energy of you're sort of figuring, well, I can't change the world, but at least I can do is make my life full of light and hope, right? That kind of a thing. It's that kind of a thing. It's working in your immediate environment. The people around you, what they're thinking and feeling about you is beginning to mellow a bit. Okay? That's all. It's working. So if you haven't tried this yet, try it. Try it. Try a little bit of generosity. Try a little bit of gratitude. Try all of those. Beautiful energies. Terrific. Tell the universe you don't want any negative energy coming at you. It's just embody the Knight of Cups, who offers love to everyone around them. Within reason. I'm not saying put out to everybody. Don't bang your way through your town. Catch my drift here. All right. That's nice. It's nice energy. Pisces, position 12. The end of our story. Probably something here for everybody. It ties to here always because it's just by default one of the corners. But it always ties to position 1 and 5. 5 I've never completely figured out, but I don't really care. 8 of Cups. 8 of Cups. Yeah, it's what I said. Someone who walked away from you, right, wants to come back and straighten out the 8 broken cups. The problem is they're going to put their foot in their mouth. I think they're going to put their foot in the mouth. I think they've worked out a plan, but there's a reason I told you about this in the beginning. I think they've worked out a plan, but I don't think it's a good one. I think they're going to say things they can't take back, which they think it's perfectly fine to say, and I think they're going to make these 8 broken cups worse. You're getting that information, so you know that. So maybe you can have some sympathy for them a little bit and just sort of, have some compassion here. Throw a little Knight of Cups energy towards it. You're definitely going to have to be the cups in this upcoming conversation. Okay, there's no doubt about that. All right, jeez, unreal. All right, let's add this all up. 3 cards and a bottom card. What's it all mean, universe? Tomorrow we find out what actions they're going to take. We already know here. We don't know for sure. This is their plan. But their plan is bad, I can tell you. What they're thinking about saying to fix these 8 broken cups will only make them worse. So you need to channel that. All right? Definitely. Try anyway. You can go even more than this and channel Empress energy, but I think you need the Knight of Cups, because he is a knight. He kicks some ass a little bit. You may need to. A sharp tongue made of cups, in cups energy can work quite nicely in this situation. All right, let's see where we go. Add it all up. What are they thinking and feeling? 3 cards and a bottom card. Queen of Swords. What did I say? A sharp tongue and a cups energy. Yeah, a little bit. Queen of Swords. I think there might be environmental energies. The Queen of Swords. I think everybody here. The problem, the fundamental issue with the DMs is they're afraid to be vulnerable, right? They see vulnerability as weakness. The thing is, when you're like that, it comes out as, sometimes you'll see a reader, they'll read this as they're afraid this is what they're going to meet at the door, right? They're afraid you're going to cut them out. They're afraid you're going to say no, those kinds of things. Yeah, they're too afraid of getting rejected, plain and simple. That's the problem. That's the environmental energy that they've created this environmental energy. They made this Queen of Swords come in. They brought it in and built it out of other energies, like some sort of energy jalopy, a car you put together with other cars. It's just 4 of Swords, 5 of Wands. They did it to themselves. The Hermit. These DMs this is almost a humorous ending to this reading. These DMs have taken something fantastic and managed to destroy it in seconds. In seconds. I mean, it's what happens. Every other soulmate cycle, or every time a soulmate cycle like this comes around, the DMs wreck things, create devastation. Then another nicer cycle comes in, which is the next one, which is a nicer cycle. It cleans everything up. And then another cycle, a couple of cycles later, another one of these will come in, and it'll destroy it again, right? For whatever reason. Not unlike societal energies, the DMs are counting on the fact that you have a short memory of what happened, so that they can tell you what happened. They've got a version of a story that is just, it's made up. It's like somebody coming to you. I didn't run from you because I was afraid to love you, or I'm afraid of being vulnerable. I ran from you because we had this stuff going on. My house was on fire, and I had, it's like an excuse machine of why they did what they did. It's just unreal. They've taken something that should have been very healing and did nothing about it. There's healing and void here. So they took something that should be very healing, your soul connection, and did nothing about it. It's just sitting there. So my point here is, regardless of everything we've talked about, regardless of everything we say and about their whatever and the DMs, and I pick on them about fairyland fucking dragons and a house on fire and shit, your connection's fine. Your connection is protected. So it is what it is. Either they fuck it, I don't know. Either they fuck it up in this lifetime and you don't get together, or it picks up again in the next lifetime. The connections are perfectly fine. I do think they're a little too worried in their thoughts and feelings towards you about rejection. And as long as we have that, think about how that freezes up someone from asking someone out, especially kids, teenagers, and things like that, right? You all went to school with somebody who never had a girlfriend or never had a boyfriend or whatever, right? Either somebody was afraid to ask them out, or they were afraid to ask anybody out, so they kept to themselves, right? Yeah, you can go through a whole high school season without ever getting banged. It's unreal, because you're afraid of getting rejected. Fear of rejection holds people back all the time, but especially in love. So, these are powerful connections. They're all trying to find easy ways to come in, a little bit of an excuse machine. But the reality is they have to feel this void. This is a powerful connection. They have to be feeling this void. And that's got to hurt. It's got to hurt a little bit. What's under this? Yeah, look at that. I didn't know it was there. I didn't look. All right? It's right there. I felt it. I felt the pain. They're feeling the void. I don't know. Take it for what it's worth to you. The energies are getting very tricky. They're getting very difficult for me to explain. If you're still getting readings from people that are like they regret it, they're turning around and coming back, God help you. Because the energies right now are getting very complex. You can see it out in the world. The soulmate cycle is a direct reflection of societal energies. You got to pull up your big boy, big girl pants for what's going on right now. It's insane. So again, things get very real within these energies. So that's your reading. I hope it was helpful. Good luck.